This is ridiculous. I don't even want to finish this episode. I just want to talk about places we can put foreskins. Hello, welcome to Roast Mortem, a.k.a. the Eye of the Storm of Nazareth.
Oh,
My name is Tom.
I'm Travis.
Be quick, I'm your Cody for the evening.
And I'm Mike.
And we have a full table today. Wow, what a show do we have stacked for you, the listener.
Yeah.
Happy Christmas. Because when you're
everyone.
hearing this, Jesus was about to fall out of it the next day.
Do you feel it? Do you feel the holiday spirit, Mike?
You know, I didn't get any presents today. It's kind of fucked up, to be honest. I
Wow.
kind of feel neglected.
Mike didn't get any presents.
I didn't get any presents today when
Not
I
even
woke
coal?
up.
It's
Is
Christmas
the
Eve.
economy this bad?
I thought it was Christmas Day.
No, it's Christmas Eve. You're supposed to get your
Oh.
presents tomorrow.
Well, I celebrate a different Christmas.
Oh, all right. Kwanzaa.
Mike, were
Yeah,
you
leap Christmas.
were you a stinky little boy when you were a kid and like tried to peep those presents?
Oh, yeah. I used to fucking...
Nah, don't be
I
that
had
guy.
it down pat. I used to fucking know, like, all this, the creaks in my stairs and shit. And I'd rip open a little piece of it, and then I'd turn
You
over the presents.
ass.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, I
Wow.
did. That's how I was
Yeah,
like,
no one likes
yeah.
you.
Well,
But I'm
Mike,
surprised.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
it's-
Only a little piece.
yeah. You ruined the surprise.
I did a little piece.
Don't
You
ruin
look
the
like,
surprise
you
of
look like
this
a total
episode.
turd the next morning when it's exactly what you wanted, and you're just like, "Mommy, I will be playing Call of Duty for the next 8 hours," and then without any surprise. You're that fucking kid.
Yeah.
The great pacifier.
Because my
Call
parents
of
lied
calls.
to me. They
No
fucking
calls,
lied to me
mother.
about Christmas. That's what they get. They
I
get
need
that
level
shit.
4
from me.
prestige, mother.
Mike, you understand that every kid is lied to about Christmas
Yeah, it's
exclusively?
fucked up. Like, why do you even do it? Like, why do you even tell me it's a fake person?
Well, Mike, that's a privilege. Hold on. You know what else
It's
is a
true.
privilege? To know how Travis's week is.
That's right.
Oh, well, Tom, since I was the one that started this tradition, much like Christmas was started by Jesus when he fell out of it, I am going to switch it up, dog. I want to hear one of your favorite Christmas stories, like from your childhood.
Oh.
From my youth.
Oh,
Yeah, like was there a certain Christmas that, something happened?
Yeah,
like,
there was a really funny
dad got
Christmas.
drunk and
no,
beat
my
you up.
funniest, No, my funniest story from Christmas. This is one of the best, okay? It's not Christmas story. It doesn't deserve a feature. But my younger sister, Emily, she was given a hamster for Christmas.
Okay.
Oh,
And
weird.
it was very exciting. And she went full Lenny on it. And by Boxing Day, it had died.
Oh.
Oh, no!
Yeah, she was putting it in the wheel and spinning it, and oh man, she loved that hamster
Guillotined or
with
something?
such intensity, more than any honeymoon ever. Loved that
no.
little hamster.
Oh,
no,
man.
the centrifugal force.
What was its
Yeah.
name?
It was probably something like Honeydew because she was a child.
Emily's a murderer.
Yeah, she's a murderer, and I don't think she's had another pet since. So, either way, that is a great memory from a Christmas gift. Something great to arrive home to after Mass, the 10 o'clock Mass with
Oh, yeah.
Father Deniston, telling us that our wreaths are big enough and our hearts need to be bigger. Now, Mike, tell me, what was your favorite Christmas?
That was my favorite. Can I tell you a funny story on Christmas?
Of course, man.
Yeah.
dude.
So I was like helping my dad clean like those foldable tables,
Mm-hmm.
and I had my new Christmas clothes on. And I was just using bleach, and he's like, "Mike, take those clothes off. Like you got to put some old clothes on if you're gonna use bleach."
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, I don't want to. No, I'm gonna keep doing it. And like we got into an argument, and he sprayed me with the hose, and he like got me soaking wet, and my whole family was over. I had to walk inside, and like everyone just like looked at me, and I had like crocodile tears. And I ran upstairs.
Oh, no.
So, like, he just made it an issue. He was like,
Yeah. Well, I cursed. I gave him back talk.
Oh,
Or
you
I
gave him back.
cursed at him,
Yeah, your dad is not open
Oh,
to
the
that.
sass.
Yeah,
It
don't bleach
completely
shit in your
soaked
nice
me with the
clothes.
hose. It was so like all my brand new clothes just soaked me.
In the
And
middle of winter,
yeah,
yeah.
that was funny.
Oh, that is fun. That's a good
Cody.
time. Shout out
What,
to Sean.
Cody? Milik Maka. What's going on with you?
Shit. My favorite Christmas would be like the Christmas I got my first dog. Like you guys like remember like that little fucking like yappity Jack Russell Terrier?
Yeah.
Mike maybe not so much,
I don't know.
but like his name was Bullet, and we got him on Christmas, and it was like this big like, oh my god, the first family pet ever.
Did you also kill it the next day?
No, it survived the next day, but like it like immediately like just deuced it like on the spot, and like we're kids, we freak out. When I say kids, I'm probably in my teenage years, but like we freak out, and my family just looks at us and is like, we've made a huge mistake. Like the kids hate poop, or the kids giggle, like break down into a giggle fit every time it poops. This thing poops. Why did we hex our family like this? So like it was just an extra stressful time every time it like dumped indoors, even though like it's supposed to be a puppy, and like
did your dad
working on it, but like not being like stressed on it.
Did your dad like buy it a week before and box it up and like just like keep it in the box and then
no, the thing
feed food through like a hole in the box and so it was full of shit, and when you opened it?
The thing is, like, we felt really bad about it, but like we found out after we got him that he was like a kennel puppy dog. And it's just like, son of a bitch, we like gave money to like half a crook, but in doing so, like we did save his life, because like
he wasn't puppy food later.
When we got him, he had to shake off like a huge case of kennel cough, and we found out. It's like, oh shit, we got him from an illicit handler of puppies.
Oh,
my favorite Christmas story also involves a dog. So I used to go to my great aunt Goldie's house on Christmas Day. She lives in Garfield, New Jersey, and she never had kids. She had this like smoker's cough, voice, like
a truck driver,
a real East Coast elite.
Yeah, well, she was fucking loaded. She was just this loaded old. She always used to. She bought me like video games, which is something I never got from anybody else. Like, oh, video games from Aunt Goldie. But anyway,
awesome.
She used to probably the fascination why I have with shrimp, because she's always had shrimp out, and I remember all the family got there, and she's like, "I bought this pate. You guys are gonna love it." And they're like, "I'm eating shrimp." I'm like, "I don't even know what pate is." And we all go into the back room, and her standard poodle, like just huge poodle, not a small poodle, is like muzzle deep in this pate, and it just like when everyone walks in, it lifts its head and it just got meat paste all over its snout, just like, bleh!
Dude, that's like a little Cthulhu.
Yeah, and Goldie, who she was loaded, but she still like was frugal. She's like, it's still good, and she's like tried to scoop it back into like a little pile.
Ew, nasty.
That's fantastic.
And everyone was like, nah, we're good.
Damn.
Pate.
Well, I think that does reflect on Christmas in general, how it is full of lack of priorities, as animals don't deserve anything, and we seem to give them the world. Now, let's roll into the important question here. Who is on the chopping block? Why do I care? And is Jesus holy? Trick question, yes.
Dooley.
Trick question, no, he wasn't since birth. But we will get into that in a little bit. Okay, so this wasn't a planned Christmas special. I was actually researching this one person. It just so happened that this is going to be a 2-for episode.
Whoa.
Kind of. So our main subject, I'll tell you about. You probably don't know who this person is, Agnes Blannbekin. And as we know, it's kind of hard to find historical crazy females to roast because, history doesn't really tell a lot about women.
They're not interesting. A lot. So they're
especially when it comes to women born before the 19th century, when women were basically just treated as a walking crane game at your local bowling alley, but instead of money, you dumped cum into them, and it shot out a plush baby.
Why is it plush?
Because it's a baby. It's squishy.
Back in the day, it sounded pretty sweet.
Mike, you're into that. You would say something like that. You actually thought I was serious when I said women aren't interesting. I also thought I was serious. Continue.
Well, boys, I found a good one, as I mentioned. Agnes Blannbekin. I first found out about her through the Twitter account Whores of Yore, which is a fantastic account. I post all his like old porn and shit. Great. But I saw this post with her, and I was like, I need to research this bitch. But unfortunately for me, there was only one source on her, and it was a primary source. So, yes. So in order to make this episode whole, we are going to have another special guest pop in a little later in the show.
What's happening?
Who's calling in? Alex Trebek died already. That fell through.
Yeah.
We're not having him on the show anymore. Sorry for all the promises that we've had.
Don't
to break.
get a refund.
And now he's just
coming on
doing
the show.
Final Jeopardy forever.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we had him lined up to come on
Oh,
the show.
that sounds incredibly stressful and
Yeah, that's
irritating
crazy.
to do
That's fucking
forever.
sucks that he's dead.
Well, we were going to do the whole show in questions.
So this primary source was written by an anonymous confessor. It was basically this dude that went by the name of Ernmenrich. Some
Ernmenrich?
German name. Ernmenrich.
Okay.
Everything we know about this woman and her life, which took place in the 13th century,
Damn.
was written down by this dude.
How's he know? Was he there?
Because she was telling him about
Oh.
her life.
Oh, yeah, that's a good reference.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's good.
And why did this dude record everything about this woman? Because she was fucking weird. Very weird. So Agnes Blannbekin was born probably around 1244 in Blambach, Austria, to a peasant family.
Oh.
Okay. Peasant family. Austria.
Poor.
Yeah,
Poor.
poor. Very
Peasant.
poor.
Peasant, check.
Poor.
Four. Yeah.
Peasant pheasant. And you're like, all right, what is there to do in the 13th century in Austria, especially if you're poor, and extra especially if you're a woman? Not much. I mean, you know when you step in dog shit when you're like taking a walk,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
and it's like an annoying task of trying to just scrape off that
yeah.
high protein dump out of the soles of your
I
shoe.
hate that.
Okay,
Even
so
the ridges
what
and
are you?
stuff.
Are you the inconsiderate asshole that just like taints the entire neighborhood by just like dragging your foot and then just scraping it for like a quarter mile, or do you pull over and like actually like address it the best you can and then walk it off
See, I get the twig and like a hose.
as soon as
Smart.
possible?
Yeah.
I throw out the shoes.
Throw them out?
I don't know. I have too much pride. It's sickening,
You
actually.
don't
It's
get a
going
knife
to kill
and
me.
just scrape it out of the
No, I don't want.
ridges?
I don't want to look at that brown.
You get a little whiff when you're doing it? You're
No,
like,
it's
"Ah."
not happening. I'm just throwing them out, and then I'm gonna get new Velcro.
What if they're brand new shoe and you step in
Some new Jordans.
dog shit? Yeah.
New Jordan. Well, you guys know me. If I have new Jordans, what I'm gonna do is sell them on eBay, owned by someone that I will label dog shit. I don't know. Dennis Rodman
Yeah,
used to own these.
And you're stepping in as much dog shit as you want barefoot.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's continue.
right off.
This
Right.
analogy you were
No.
making.
Yeah, so if you're not a rich person like Tom who just throws out his Jordans and buys new ones,
Love Jordans.
and you're like somebody, a normal person, you're inconvenienced. You have to scrape out all that duty
Yep.
out of those creases. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what you did in the 13th century. That's just your life.
Yeah,
you
time
just
back then.
you were farming, just scraping duty.
every step outside is
Yeah.
you ruining your Jordans, i.e., your life.
Yeah, they didn't have
You
sidewalks.
just have
Yeah.
you have Jordans, and then you have the poopy shoes.
Yeah,
You just don't mix them up ever.
No, and they're both covered in shit. They are, because you're in 1300s Austria. Continue, Travis. Tell me more.
yeah. The only fun thing you had in life, and I put that in, little quotes, was going to church.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty much your only, when you're not picking dog shit out of the soles of your shoes, you're going to church.
That sucks.
Now, we're dealing with the 1200s here. So this is like Hogwarts Christianity of the Catholic Church.
Real cold.
Right? We're talking about relics. We're talking about visions and miracles.
Wizards and shit.
But don't call them spells, magic, or sorcery because you'll have crispy skin as they will burn you on the stake.
Oh fuck!
Oh.
Just call it what it is. Miracles and prayer.
Magnets.
How
Chant.
did you not know that these aren't really working? This is Satan.
You just got to read from that book some more, Tom.
Gonna have to burn you, dude.
Damn it.
You're a nice
So
guy.
young Agnes was all about the church. She was a devout Christian. At about the age of 7 or 8, she started to secretly give her food to poor people.
Oh, that's
Now,
a nice.
you might, that's sweet, right?
Oh, well. What's in the food? What is the food? Is it babies? Everyone's an asshole if it's babies.
No, but so here's the thing: is Agnes was also very poor, so she's giving her food that her you had to work for every meal you put on the table, and she's
Right.
like, "Oh yeah, take my food." I'm sure her dad was fucking pissed. Like, what are you doing with that? I worked so hard. I'm from
eating
Austria.
Yeah, that sounds like an eating disorder. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. She's plagued by teenagerisms.
A lot of pressure.
Gotta look good for God.
You're right.
Yeah,
For God.
Around
Well-
the eight.
that's why bulimia was invented. Continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off again.
Yeah, by Cheryl Bulimia.
Yeah.
Around the age of 15, Agnes joined the Third Order of St. Francis in Vienna. Now, this
Fancy.
was something I didn't realize, but not everyone could become a monk or a nun. Like, I thought if you wanted to become if you're crazy enough, anyone could just be a monk or a nun.
Yeah, like Mike.
You just got to probably just be quiet, right? It's fucking.
No argument there. I think
Yeah.
spot on.
Yeah, that's in the job description. A+ so far, Mike.
You just
Yeah,
fucking
Mike,
You'll be a monk.
vow
yeah.
of silence.
Yeah, all you gotta do is shave a hole on your head and
I'll
stop
do it.
smoking weed. You'll be a monk.
All right,
If you
well,
don't say
No,
anything during the interview, you get the job automatically.
I mean,
I like the
they
cut of
probably
your
give you
jib,
food,
son.
and they give you a place to sleep, probably too.
Yeah.
See, so that's not. So I always thought, everyone could be a nun, but apparently that's not the case. If you were a nun or a monk, you were of the wealthy nobility class, and you were given the honor to seal up your cum holes with hot glue guns.
Ooh.
You were given the honor to do that.
Oh, they actually did that.
Yeah.
They would do something to prevent that shit from happening.
Well, no.
It was just a guy named Henry who used to put hot wax in his mouth and spit it on your butthole.
You won't
Man,
be
back,
needing
back in
this.
the day, it was nuts.
Oh, holy.
That's what you get for not having TV back then. You gotta
Yeah.
do shit like that.
So I didn't know that either, Travis. But it does ring a bell. Maybe I did know this from my vast readings. It does make sense, though, because why would they offer a roof over everyone's head?
Right? Everyone.
You have to come from some family line that they're trying to preserve. And when I mean they, it's the church. And when I say the church, it's the state. And when I say the state, I mean it's God.
Oh my God.
And just to correct you, Mike, it's not actual physical thing. It's Jesus. He reaches his ghost finger down over your pee-pee hole, so when you're gonna come, it just doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, so you have to wear a condom?
It's
You
the hand
go
of Christ,
solo
the
dolo?
finger of Christ. He
No, it
sounds
hurts
you.
a
Good
lot.
finger.
It hurts a lot. It's not like it's not a condom. Jesus is not gobbling your cum, Mike. He is preventing it.
I thought that was,
Yeah.
I thought that was the Holy
He's
Ghost that you
backhanding
shoot
it
out.
back up your urethra where it belongs, you filthy animal.
Yeah, it goes in there or to get lodged in your penis, and eventually your dick just looks like an upside down Hershey's Kiss, but instead of chocolate, it's cum.
That actually sounds pretty interesting.
It's worth
All
it.
right, Mike's
Continue.
into
I'm sorry. That was terrible.
No, this is
So this Third Order of St. Francis that Agnes joins was basically only for commoners. So the way it worked was the first order of monks, or the clergy, I guess you'd call it. The first order was monks, because God likes dick the most.
Yes.
Second order was nuns, because they're from the ribs of the guys with nuts. And
Nutty
the
business.
third order were common people, because no one likes them.
I agree.
That's
Mike.
us.
I agree.
stop shaking your head so vigorously.
We're common people, though, right?
Fuck the common man.
Now, the third order wasn't given the same privileges that monks and nuns got. They didn't get to wear the sweet robes or the habits, and they weren't taught how to read and write. Like monks, like basically the only people in this civilization knew how to read and write were monks and nuns, but not these third order people. They're too poor to understand words.
Milking cows and shit, probably. That's all you needed to know.
Yep. Just
They
get
were
out there.
also-
Holy cow.
They're also not permitted to sing in church because no one wants to hear poor people sing. But they did get the whole monastery living experience. We'll throw you a bone for that, right?
That's kind of like going to eat at the Rainforest Cafe. You're not one of the animals, but you get to see how they live for a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Those orangutans stuffing their face with fettuccine Alfredo. Just
no.
like their natural habitat.
It's under its eyelids.
What do you mean these things are endangered? See how many mozzarella sticks this guy's eating? Ridiculous.
How can something endangered inhale that many sampler platters that quickly?
Man.
It doesn't
And
add
still
up.
be endangered. It's
I made
an
a-
alpha animal.
I connected 2 dots in my head, and you're never going to unconnect them.
Now, when I say monasteries, I'm not talking these like cool monasteries you see, right? Like the castles and shit. No, these third order were more like just roommates. They just kind of lived under the same house, right?
It's fine.
Sleepover.
Still cheap.
Yeah. Now, third order chicks were called anchoresses, like an anchor in the ocean, and baroness, anchoress.
So what'd they do with those?
So they were like all lived in this flat called the Benguinage. Yeah, they lived in this Benguinage, the anchoresses.
Okay.
Now,
Benguined.
Now, when Agnes joined this, she took her vows as you would if you became a monk or a nun. But she doubled down and said, I am refusing to eat meat for the rest of my life, because she claimed that the body of Christ, the Eucharist, was all the meat she needed.
That's not how that works.
Probably tasted different back then than it does now.
That old meat?
The true bark of Christ?
Yeah, when you eat that shit now, it just tastes like cardboard.
I can't wait for
Yeah.
a future in which every time someone goes up to get the Eucharist, they sing the Oscar Mayer Wiener song.
Yeah, Mike, that used to be a
they're
thick-ass
made
piece of
Oscar
jerky
Mayer
back in
hot
the
dogs.
day.
Really?
But now, the church cut costs, and it's just like this fucking, like, what do you want to call the Eucharist today?
It's a Wonder Bread joke.
save
There's
the
a Jew joke
saltines.
there somewhere. I don't know.
That sounds
save
better.
the saltines. We'll call the bread paper
Some
Well,
cube steak,
Eucharist
maybe?
today.
Well, to be fair, okay, hold on. Let's. I don't want to harp too much on this. Obviously, we know what she's talking about. She's showing how devout she is. All that stuff.
Yeah.
But do you think that was? I ain't gonna suck no dick.
Well, yeah. I mean, also, if it sounded sexual to you, and taking Christ's meat, and that's all only meat she needs,
Okay.
just you wait. Just
All
you
right. So
wait,
it goes
my
both
friend.
ways with nutrient and satisfaction.
Yes.
And holiness.
So Agnes pretty much starved herself for about 30 years, fasting almost every day except for Sunday, when she could have her fill of Christ skin.
Ew.
Thank you for labeling it that.
No.
Did she just eat that shit? Like Eucharist?
Well, she'd eat Eucharist and bread and water.
Okay, all right,
That's
all right.
pretty much it.
She must have been so annoying to be with. Like all the other anchoresses being like, okay, this is our life now. We clean up vomit and wipe down pews for a living. And this one's over here going, I don't even want the food you guys serve because I'm fucking holy as shit. That's got to be annoying. So I don't
Yeah.
like this bitch already. Terrible woman.
At the same time, she's like, I need you to bake like an extra 6 dozen like Eucharist loaf just for me, so I don't starve.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We only asked you to read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe for your report, not the goddamn Chronicles of Narnia. Okay? Stop it.
Wow.
You're making us look bad.
I want some loaves of Christ.
So,
right
all
now.
right, this is a
Pretty
great segue here, guys. So there's no pictures of this woman. But there's one picture that's like most, if you look her name up
hungry.
online,
A drawing or something?
you're going to see multiple people or multiple postings of this like really sexy nympho nun with like her tit out, like licking a picture of, or licking a crucifix of Jesus.
All right, spell her name. I have to know this
Wait.
for research.
Agnes,
Sounds familiar.
Agnes Blann, Blannbekin. You got it?
Got it. Thank you. Wait, where is it?
On the left.
Oh, yeah. Oh, That
That's
is
very
her
hot.
licking Jesus' knees. Very sexy. Oh, look at that boob out. Yeah.
Oh, mine's
All right,
blue.
so take us through this picture, Travis. Why is she in mummy cosplay, licking Jesus' knees?
Well, we will find out, and this will probably be our album art or our episode art, so you'll see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's right. We release albums every
Albums.
week. I'm into that. Let's no longer call them episodes. Albums. It's a talkie album. We're just like Richard Pryor.
I want to be Dan Carlin for Halloween. So yeah, you'll probably see this picture by looking at the album art, and this is the picture that's kind of most associated when people post pictures of Agnes. But as you read about her, as I read and I was reading her stories, I imagined something far darker and scarier. Like as fun as it is to imagine her as a sexy nympho, like I'm gonna relate kind of to in nerd terms with video games here, but I kind of drew a picture of this woman as something straight out of Bloodborne or the indie game Blasphemous. Like just this like rags, skinny, fucking disgusting, didn't bathe, like you know,
Right. Like
gross.
Yeah.
like Mother Teresa in whiteface.
Yeah, if Mother Teresa was in a black metal band.
Awesome. Lots of fun.
Yeah. But I want you guys to make up your own mind, and you can tell me at the end of the episode if you think this was a hot, sexy nympho nun or a beast creature.
She'd probably be mad skinny though, like skin and bones.
Oh yeah, because she had those perfectly healthy eating issues.
Yeah.
Now, Travis, tell us more about this lady.
All right, so every day Agnes would walk to church or churches. She had a habit of sermon hopping because she just couldn't get enough of one church.
Oh, you cool kid.
Yeah. So she'd walk past this one merchant shop and bow to the basement window. Now, people in Vienna started noticing her doing this and started to joke about it or were just creeped out. Like, why is she just bowing to this basement window? It's kind of creepy. Now, she never really explained why she was bowing to the basement window, but she did it for years. Just every day. Like, huh? Right in front of the
Commitment's
basement
good.
window.
All right.
That was her
That's
spot.
Horrible.
So eventually a scandal broke out amongst the clergy, and it seemed in Vienna, and it seemed that some of the Eucharist had been stolen. Oh no, the wafers.
Well,
They're gone.
maybe it's the hungry bitch.
Could be.
So wouldn't you know it, they found a witch in the basement of the shop that Agnes had been bowing in front of, who had been stealing the Eucharist and stashing some of it in a wine vessel. So I don't know what a witch does with Jesus pork rinds, but yeah, she was basically bowing to the Eucharist that this witch had stolen.
Freaky.
A real witch?
You know, yeah, like a real Halloween.
Yeah.
What? That's not candy. That's not candy at all.
That's the body of Christ.
What it is, I mean, Cody, I think you mentioned it before. It had to have tasted so much better back then.
Yeah.
Because if you have this stuff recently, I go up there as a joke sometimes.
The
I'll
economy
eat
bottomed out.
I'm a little hungry. It's gross.
Yeah, it tastes like cardboard.
It used to have like the orange Cheeto dust on it and be good.
Yeah, now
But like,
they got cheap.
yeah.
No frosting on top, no Jesus jizz, no nothing.
So if you thought it was weird that Agnes was bowing to this like witch stolen Eucharist thing, Agnes had a thing for the Eucharist. Kind of like oral fixation, if you would call it that.
Yeah.
Fingers in
Okay.
the mouth.
Now, you see, maybe it was possibly because she was starving herself, and the only time she could eat is when she ate this Eucharist on Sunday. When she ate the Eucharist, she would go into this state of ecstasy and have these crazy acid trip visions.
Whoa.
So she's kind of just like starving, and then she eats a little wafer and fucking trips the fuck out.
I
Okay.
gotta try that.
Great. Yeah, no, me too. I should not eat
You wanna
anymore.
do it this
Also,
week?
yeah,
Go to
let's.
church next Sunday.
We're gonna eat these burritos after the show. Last food.
Yeah.
Next week we'll meet up. We'll trip out at church. 10 a.m. St. Pat's or St. Aidan's. Where do you want to go?
Wherever you want to go.
All right, let's go St. Aidan's. That's like halfway.
Oh yeah.
The people watching her would see her writhing around, touching herself, talking to herself, And somehow they just completely ignored her. I don't know, just some fucking crazy lady in the pews screaming and rubbing herself.
The guys didn't ignore her, that's for sure. That was in the wank bank. They were like, oh, God, I wish my dick was as hot as that fucking bread was.
Now, I mentioned ecstasy, right? It is my belief, and it's shared by a few other people, that when she was scarfing down these wafers, she started to finger blast herself in the pews.
Ah.
Now, I know you're like, Travis, you always turn everything sexual, but there's a whole chapter about how the host started to touch her with 4 fingers, and she describes each finger entering her, and like the immense ecstasy and pleasure.
Oh wow!
She's getting
Spocker.
Yeah, doing the spocker on herself.
4 fingers. Congratulations to anyone who does that regularly.
Yeah, like a movie cut thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well,
Now,
called? Yeah.
we will talk about some of the more bizarre hallucinations that she was having while she was squirting all over those kneeling pads in the pew.
Okay.
But
Like
let's
old church.
first talk about the big one. If you know anything about her, it's the elephant in the room about Agnes Blannbekin. Agnes believed that when she was receiving the Eucharist, she was not only receiving the flesh of Christ, but specifically his foreskin.
Oh,
Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yeah, that's the Christmas theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Agnes was gnawing on Jesus' foreskin every
Gnawing.
Sunday.
Must have been really good if she's tripping out.
Yeah, it's like a dog when you give him a pig ear, you know? She's like,
Bully stick.
She claimed to have swallowed it hundreds or thousands of times.
I think,
She went on-
I think that anyone who eats Funyuns regularly can make the same claim.
I love Funyuns.
Me too. I'll claim that.
Yeah, I put some foreskin Funyuns in my mouth.
Yeah. They even have flaming hot ones. Jesus
Those
liked
are
it
good, yeah.
spicy.
Wow.
She explained that when the wafer was placed on her tongue, her mouth would feel the texture of the skin of an egg on her tongue.
All right, now we know she's lying because, I mean, I'm going to
What's an
pretend
egg
that I
skin?
haven't had a dick in my mouth before and say, there's no way a dick tastes like an egg.
Well, you know what? Like, you know when you're peeling hard-boiled eggs and it has that like weird skin in between the shell and the hard-boiled egg?
Oh, that part of the egg. Yeah, no. Dick's
That's what I was
definitely-
imagining,
Yeah, no,
was
Dick's
the
definitely-
skin.
Yeah,
Ah.
I know. Not from experience, but they definitely have that.
Yeah.
I have to take back what I said.
She said that it tasted sweet. Sometimes she said she would hold it in her mouth and it would shoot down her throat all on its own and fill her.
Ooh.
It's some good Eucharist.
It's like Japanese Eucharist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it turned into an eel and it was squirmed out of all of the holes she had.
Very good, sir.
Oh, my God.
She believed that this was God's special gift to exclusively her, putting this foreskin in her mouth.
I guess it was pretty personal. Like one-on-one.
Yeah.
Go on. Go on.
No, I think that's all we need, really.
No.
Travis.
So, you see, sucking JC's foreskin was not something the church really condoned, but the whole idea of the foreskin of Jesus is something that has existed since the creation of the Catholic Church.
You said
And-
JC, and I thought Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Jackie Chan's foreskin.
More miracles,
That's
less praise.
strong. In fact, January 1st, New Year's Day, is the day of the circumcision
Ooh.
in the Catholic Church,
Ow.
which is something that used to be widely celebrated throughout the Roman Catholic Church, but now it's kind of not so much.
Well, what do you want? A response from me?
I don't know, Tom. You saw nuns and monks more than I did.
I don't know. I just got a lot of
Stairs.
stares right there. You're like, Tom, what is it? So, okay, I get it. I talk too much.
So because it's Jesus' birthday tomorrow, let us put a pin in Agnes for now, and we are going to get the closest we will ever get to roasting Jesus himself by roasting his foreskin.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's
This
see
is
it.
this is terrible. I'm excited to see what you've written down in your little pad there.
This foreskin was a bad person?
Foreskin was a terrible person. Jesus Foreskin.
This is-
oh.
So if you think I'm just going to talk about Justice Force, this is a story that goes centuries, millennia, and has crime in it, war. It's pretty amazing. So if you are Jewish or American, which Jesus was obviously both, a few days after you were born, some dude chops off the hood of your dick in some form of accepted genitalia mutilation. That's just what happens.
I'm fine
This
with
looks
it.
better.
I like how you called it hood.
It is a hood.
Yeah, Mike. It looks
Yeah,
like
Mike.
it looks like your beanie you had on before they
Well,
chop it off.
I gave it. Yeah, I chopped my fucking dick off before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keeps us grounded.
Humble.
You're not that important. All the presidents, they really had their foreskin left. That's how they were able to get there.
Is that what separates
John
us?
Kerry didn't have a foreskin. That's why he didn't get it.
So there's no real purpose to this. It's not cleaner or whatever. It actually could be really damaging to a child.
All right, Travis, I get it. You're mad.
Yeah, I want it back, dude. I want that. I want my dick to look like an anteater's mouth.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Are
kind of
you-
upset about. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it's good for the keeps it clean, right?
It's not good for anything. Nothing is good at all.
I thought I kept
Having
it clean.
having a penis and not having a penis at all, I don't know the difference. All right, Travis.
So in the Jewish religion, usually the rabbi pumpkin carves up the tip, sucks the baby's dick.
Whoa.
Hopefully, this rabbi doesn't have herpes, which has happened before. Where now that child has herpes for the rest of its life.
Well, he's also
And then-
not a virgin.
Yeah,
Mouth
right?
virgin. I don't know. But that's a different debate. Thank you for informing us.
So then they take the foreskin and they bury it. It's like what?
Like a
I
time
don't know.
capsule. Like you dig it up later.
It's a magic trick.
Dig it up later. Become a new man. Strap it around. Go, hey, I'm 25 again.
Some aged foreskin tastes pretty good, probably.
It's like kimchi. It's like the Jewish kimchi. Wow. We're really learning a lot.
So in the case of Jesus, well, he's the son of God. You're not going to just throw that dick tip out into the woods for the cats to eat it. You need to keep that shit because, he's son of God, dude.
It's like a
Keep it
rabbit's
and
foot.
do what?
They
I don't know.
It's good luck.
Every woman named Mary thinks their kid is the son of God, okay?
Right. So you need a souvenir. His dick is going to be in so many vaginas in the future. I want this piece of it.
Great.
I can see that.
Souvenir.
Like collector's item.
Yeah, like a rare Pokemon card.
They put it in a little glass trading card slot thing.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
Pokemon?
that's what they did, Mike.
Put your
That's what they
foreskin in
did.
that.
They placed the foreskin in a little glass jar with oil and preserved it.
Yeah, good stuff.
They originally on the 1st of January, the week or two after Jesus was born, the circumcision happened in a cave, and they put that foreskin in the oil, and some woman took it and kept it safe. They
Thank
just said
God.
some woman came.
Oh,
Like a
This is
foreskin
mine
bank.
now.
keep it safe.
Oh, that's Dolores. She came by to keep that safe. Also, she's got a penchant for calamari. Have I told you that?
No.
Undercooked.
Oh, God, Dolores, no! It's not calamari. It never was calamari. She's eating the cave penises.
Cave penises.
I mean, they're already in oil, so you might as well just fry them up.
Clearly labeled cave penises.
She's like, I cook a nice calamari for you. I no read. You eat very good.
They're from the ocean of the cave. Cave ocean.
This is the cave ocean. I put
Yeah.
a little salt. The oil is fantastic.
Cave
oh,
squids.
my lovely calamari. Okay.
So, after Jesus was made into a Roman billboard, a whole cult started around him. And
Fuck.
the foreskin became a relic, a very important relic. So, if you don't know what a relic is, it's an object or a body part, such as a bone, whatever
It's
it is.
anything holy.
Whatever.
Anything holy
rabbit's
that
foot.
has religious significant importance and attached to a person.
Gotcha.
Right? So there are loads of saints' relics. In fact, when you become a saint, they dig up your body, cut it into pieces, where they sell it in the Vatican gift shop or something.
Who doesn't want
Ooh.
that?
Right? That's not even a joke. They dig up your body and lop you into little tiny bits and then like distribute it to like holy
I
places.
know, but like people, people are like, oh, I want a legacy. I want people to remember me. It's like, well, that's how you're gonna do it. You're gonna get chopped up and distributed amongst people who are hungry, perhaps for calamari, and they're not gonna eat it in that moment. They're gonna save it. They're gonna leave it in the kitchen sink and
Forget about it.
Actually, so I take back everything I just said.
So there are relics from Jesus. There's the Spear of Destiny, which was the lance that pierced his side while he was on the cross. There's some scraps of clothes.
Oh, really?
A whole bunch of things that are relics of Jesus himself. But the thing about relics is that the church is very strict about not letting them be radiocarbon dated or any scientific testing to validate them.
Oh, that's lame.
And there's a lot of duplicates as well.
Right. Saint Francis, he have 5 legs. I got 4 of them. There's one in the museum.
All left.
I sell you one. I got too many St. Francis legs. Okay, you take 1 leg. I give you a femur for free, and
A femur.
Maximilian Colby, you get him for free too. You take the whole damn body.
You got any signatured ones?
I got
signed ball
I got
sack?
Saint Quintuplet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. I got 50
What's
bodies.
the resale value on this guy?
It's very high net later.
Yeah.
Right now, pretty cheap for you.
I might have to get
Okay,
it.
I
For the
sell them
long
to you real nice. Okay, Ma, shut up! I'm making a deal
gotta-
with the Saint's bodice.
You gonna throw something else in for me?
I know do sex.
I guess I'll just take the thing.
Just take the body. You can do whatever you want. You can have a sex with bones.
Okay,
God
so
damn it.
let's pretend that, for a second, that all these relics are real. Right? Let's just pretend. They're not.
I don't need to pretend.
Right.
You can't
So-
fuck with my faith.
So sure, you got Jesus' old cum rag. Cool. But the foreskin of Jesus is an actual living, part of a living God, right? Like, there's no, Jesus' thumb. This is a part of the God, right?
Okay, so here, I'm going to stop you now. No Italian accents that turn into Japanese. Real talk. Jesus is not God.
Well, he's the son of God.
He's the son of God.
Yeah, but the Holy Trinity, they're all gods.
No, he's not like Hercules where he's half God because Zeus done fucked a normal. He's just the son of God. He's a human being who happens to know God's phone number. That's it.
Do you think God even has a phone number? He probably has a pager, dude. He doesn't want his shit blown up.
Well, he has God's secretary's phone number, which
All right.
she is dying for some action, by the way.
Is that St. Peter in drag?
Yeah, it's Saint Petra.
Patricia.
St. Patricia.
Do you think if you find this, do you think this foreskin's still around? This Jesus
definitely around.
foreskin? Like a holy foreskin?
I'm going to tell you, Mike. We're going to go through the whole history of
Gain
this foreskin.
superpowers, something like that. Walk through walls and shit.
So, like I said, like most relics, there have been a lot of different knockoffs of the foreskin or the holy prepuce, which is another name for it.
Ooh.
So is that the Holy
But
Grail? Is that what the Holy Grail means? The holy foreskin?
No, the holy foreskin is the koozie for the Holy Grail.
Oh, okay.
It wraps around, yeah.
Yeah. You wrap it around, you go, my hand's not as cold, and my wine is the room temperature I prefer it to be.
So I'm going to walk you through the most credible of foreskin stories, right?
Ah,
First hand?
of course you'd be doing this to us.
First-hand
Yes.
foreskin, or fourth-hand foreskin.
So it starts with none other than King Charlemagne of France, the first Holy Roman Emperor. So he took a little visit to Jerusalem in 1799. I'm sure he killed a bunch of Muslims on the way, but that's a story for another day. So he's praying in some church. All of a sudden, he blacks out. And he wakes up, and there's a little ghost boy. And he's like, yo, Charlemagne, wake up. I'm Jesus. You see that cross-shaped box in front of you? It's got the tip of my dick in it. And Charlemagne opens it up, and there's a little penis hood. And he's like, sweet, dude. And then he goes back to France.
So he took it?
So he just had it. You think the little ghost did it in front of him? Was just like, I'm a ghost. I can do whatever I want with my body. Just stretches it out. Takes out the gardening shears. That's for you, buddy. I can regenerate as many of those as I want.
Yeah. So Charlemagne's all like, fuck yeah, and he goes back to France with his little fucking skin piece of gum.
How was your time traveling? Welcome back to France, sir. Did you get any nice souvenirs?
Anything to declare?
Yeah. Well, I got this. I found a necklace with a feather on it. I thought that was pretty neat. I got a cup.
Oh, look at that!
It's got, and also I got this neat little flesh pinky ring that I think I'll be donning.
That was a piece of beef jerky.
It's a smelly mood ring.
It's very fun. I'm not sure if I found this in the church or the Spirit Halloween store. I keep forgetting, but either way, I had to bring it home.
So a year later, Pope Leo III shows up on Charlemagne's stoop, and he's like, dude, you gotta help me. There's a bunch of guys in Rome. They tried to pull my eyes out and tear my tongue out.
Holy balls.
But I got away, and now I'm in France, and I need your help. You gotta go march an army on Rome.
Please.
He's like, if you do that, I'm gonna make you the first ever Holy Roman Emperor. It's like a new job title, dude. I'll make you it.
Hey, moving up in the world.
I want to say you're the man now.
Yeah.
Don't you love when your friends are telling you about their new job and they say how they created a role for me because I was so vital. They didn't want to let me go, so it's like you got sacked, my friend. You got put into a position where you can never get a raise ever.
Yeah. No, there's nothing above Holy Roman Emperor. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No.
Whatever his
fine.
wages are, it's fixed.
That's a pretty cool title.
Holy Roman Empire. Warehouse worker, Holy Roman Empire. There's only like 3 or 4 steps between that, Mike. I think you can be there one day.
I'm climbing the ladder of success.
I think you have the guts, and that's what it takes.
You think I have the foreskin?
You have the foreskin. I see a foreshadow of success regarding your foreskin.
That makes me feel good about myself.
You should feel good about yourself.
So on Christmas Day in the year 800 AD, which was 1,220 years ago tomorrow.
Ooh.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Charlemagne sacks Rome and restores Pope Leo III to power. And there we go. Charlemagne becomes the Holy Roman Emperor.
Yay, him.
Before he goes back to France, he's like, yo, Popey, I got this foreskin. I've been carrying it while I've been fighting these guys.
Why is it in a Starbucks napkin?
He's like, yo, Pope, you want this?
I've been using it as a mouthpiece. Gets rubbed out there in the battlefield.
Yeah, so
Fuck.
he's like, yo, Pope, you want this foreskin? I just got it. He like reaches in like receipts in his pocket, right? It's like, that's great. And Pope Leo is like, fuck yeah. So he takes it.
Hey.
Well, I would take it too. Like maybe
Jesus, in a
with gloves
jar?
on.
Yeah. So now the little tip of Jesus' skin flute lived in the Vatican for a long time, and it lived with a whole bunch of other relics in the Sanctus Sanatorium. That's still around today. You can go there, take a look at it. But that's not where our story ends, because the foreskin's not there today.
What happened to it? Nicolas Cage took it?
Yeah.
National treasure?
Yeah. It's definitely a national treasure. I don't know if everyone knows about it. It's not.
I think it is.
I think it is too. I think we're on the same page.
I think Nick Cage definitely took it. I think he had it in his pocket when he was when he punched that woman in the face in Wicker Man.
I think so.
That's why she fell so hard.
Power of Christ compels you to the floor.
Yeah.
Bitch.
The foreskin was given to the Pope in 800, and we're gonna flash forward all the way to 1527. A bunch of nasty Germans, Lutherans to be precise, bunch of fucking Protestants,
A few fucking poop shooters.
yeah,
Fucking
poop shooters.
bunch of poop shooters walking in going, we also want to know how to read.
So in 1527, they sacked Rome. They looted and stole the stuff from the Vatican. And some German foreskin was in this Sanctus Sanatorium. He's like, Is that a foreskin I see? Let me just go over here.
Oh God! They just keep the calamari laying out like this.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's no sauce,
I
though.
would
What the fuck?
immediately know a foreskin if I ever saw one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
right.
one of those things you're not visually prepared to, I don't know what that looks like off of the body and not in textbook form.
Right.
I would never call it that.
Well, he wants to start some fusion thing like German calamari, right? Get back to Berlin, German calamari.
It's called Black Forest calamari. Okay, and it's smoked and it's pink, and everyone likes it.
So this German guy takes the foreskin and he's on his trip back to Germany. Unfortunately for this German dude, he gets captured in Vareka, Calcutta, which is just north of Rome. He didn't get very far. It's only 20 miles or so north of Rome.
You taking my skin? Who said that?
You take my skin. I trade you my mother's sauce for your skin.
She make us so much sauce you could take a 10. I don't care.
So the German was held captive in a cave where he stashed the foreskin.
Ugh.
Yeah.
This this skin is trying to get in.
That's some old
Yeah.
skin.
You
too.
know what I
Holy
imagine him
shit.
doing? Like, he goes to, the prison bench that's held up with chains, and amongst all the chewing gum stuck to the bottom of that bench, he just
I
sneaks
hate that.
the foreskin in.
Oh, next time your hand awkwardly moves onto one. Yeah.
Yeah, at a glance, you can't tell it's Jesus' foreskin amongst all of the lumps of chewing gum.
Look, I touched something weird. Perhaps
That's
holy.
greasy.
Eventually, this penis flap was discovered and brought back to the local church. They're like, I don't know, we had a bunch of stinky Germans in this cave. Let's see what they left behind. Some dumplings?
There's a bunch of adults in a church right now, and some guy goes, I got a job full of oil and a cock. And there is 20 orphans outside going, help, we need refuge. There are people trying to rape, murder, and starve us to death. And they're going, go away. We're trying to figure out what to do with the calamari. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
It's like when you're playing an MMORPG game and a seemingly key character drops a mystery key item and you're just like, what the fuck is this loot drop? And then you just spend the next 8 hours dicking around with something that doesn't work.
Well, they explain. Yeah.
Foreskin.
Oh, that old thing? I had that laying around forever. If you want it.
So this was the foreskin's new home, Calcutta, Italy,
Ooh.
where it remained there for centuries. Many pilgrims would take the trip to Calcutta on the day of the circumcision. And the Pope actually made it almost like a Pokemon Go stop, where if you visited the church in Calcutta, you would have all of your sins wiped clean.
I gotta go there.
Oh.
It's like, yo, check out you see that skin in there, and now you don't have any sins, you idiot? What, you kill someone? No, don't worry about it.
Did you see the skin?
Can I still see this skin today?
Well,
I'm getting there,
we're
Mike.
not that far. Mike, you're like the opposite of me.
I wanted to see this skin though. Now
I
I'm
future
intrigued.
predict, and you just
Rude.
so rude, so
What I
impatient,
do?
Rude.
asking questions.
Mike's just anxious for that Jesus penis.
I want to get. I mean, I'm
The
interested.
genus.
You do want to know if you see the skin, you got no sin. That's the line they pitched it like.
The
They
t-shirt
put that in the
they showed.
fortune cookies back then.
Oh,
Right, so it used to be this really holy thing, and the fact that you could just see the foreskin and all your sins go away, right? But as we all know, and we've been doing it the entire episode, foreskins are funny. And they can be pretty sexual. Ask our girl Agnes. You know?
I guess so. I don't really know.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Well,
there's
you
4
can't
fingers
dock
in there,
with
right?
someone if one of you doesn't have a foreskin.
Well, I know it's really I know this is very personal, and not everyone wants to hear this, but I've never seen my penis, so I don't know if I have it or not.
Oh, really?
I'm afraid of it, so I don't look down. I don't like heights, and I'm really tall, so I've never seen it.
Yeah. So he just blacks out every time he looks down.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh God. Yes. So I don't know what to tell you. I wish I knew what it was like to have a foreskin or not have one.
So the Roman Catholic Church was starting to get sick and tired of all these people making jokes about Jesus's foreskin. Because, you know, it's funny.
It is very funny.
We're
You're
doing
right.
it.
Yeah, right? I imagine, like, people in the 1800s go into, like, this Calcutta in Italy being like, this is Jesus' dick in there.
Look at Jesus' dick.
I've got Buddha's hymen in this glass jar.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a grape skin. Is that what that looks like? Either way,
Good day.
Travis, continue. I'm sorry. I have mentioned this to you guys several times. I've been drinking all day.
It's fine.
If you
No, it's
find me
great.
to be interrupting too much, please call my lawyer.
Tom,
you know?
interrupt me, baby.
Ah, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
about to park my foreskin in your Salino and Barnes. Rest in peace, Barnes.
Wow.
So, in the year 1900,
Good year.
Pope Leo XIII laid down a decree that if you were caught writing or even speaking about Jesus' foreskin, you would be excommunicated. So congratulations, boys. We are all excommunicated, probably for like the 5th time on the show.
Leo, brighten up, man. There's other things more important than Jesus' cock.
I just want to see it.
Don't you love Jesus for his brain?
Yeah, eyes up here,
His hair
ladies.
is pretty
Eyes
nice.
up here, ladies.
Yeah,
Jesus'
come
brain,
on.
dude. You see this fucking mane, man? See this hair?
He'll forgive your sins. Don't worry. You can do whatever you want with Jesus. Walk out there feeling real good the next day.
Yeah.
That's probably the best one-night stand in the goddamn world. Jesus Christ. Do all the dirty things, put fingers in places.
Dude, you can walk on water, man. You can
That's
fuck
pretty
on top
crazy.
of a water.
You can fuck on a water.
I gotta learn how to do that too. Walk on water.
That's
water.
great. Doing fuck on water. Okay.
The foreskin remained in Calcutta. And it still was brought out every circumcision day.
Oh,
And I think the Pope just kind of made an exception for the shitty town. He probably realized that this rotting piece of flesh was their only pride and joy. So he's like, you guys can keep doing you. I won't
Yeah.
excommunicate you guys. But anyone else, don't talk about the
Yeah,
dick.
yeah. The
Right.
state's largest yarn ball didn't work out for you. So, yeah, go ahead and play with Jesus' foreskin.
ew.
Then the fateful day, or
Uh-oh.
year, I guess, because I don't know the actual day. 1983.
Oh,
Fucking 80s.
A lot of days in that year.
Yeah. For whatever reason, the priest Don Dario decided to take the foreskin out of the church reliquary, put it in a shoe box, and bring it back to his house. I'm not sure what he was doing with it. Maybe he was trying it on. I don't know what he was doing, but like,
Trying it on. Yeah, you
Putting
know
on
how
his
you kind of
chest.
like, when you buy bugles, you put them on the end of your finger.
look at me, I'm a Jesus.
He probably was eating a bugle when he decided to do that, to take it home. He was like, this could be an adventure. A holy adventure.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
it's
this
tough.
dude, Don Dario, was out at the Vatican. Remember, it's only about 20 miles away. He goes to the Vatican for a day trip, hang out with the Pope, see some cardinals or some shit, I don't know. When his house was broken into, he returned to his house and saw his front door open, and he goes inside. He realizes that nothing in his house had been stolen, but then he says, oh, wait. And he looks in his wardrobe, opens up the shoe box. The foreskin is gone.
Whoa.
He sold that shit. That's
Got
the story when someone sells things or loses it on the metro.
Now, Tom, this is going to tickle your conspiracy bone here because there's a lot of different ideas of what could have happened.
Okay, give it to me.
Now, officially, the newspapers reported that the full foreskin had been stolen by Satanists who were going to use it on a black mass.
Fantastic. How are your sources? Have you checked your sources? Are these good sources?
A bunch of nurgles being like, I got fucking foreskin.
I have wanted to sit in, observe a black mass for quite some time. I'm not interested in Satanism, but I want to see how people act.
Right?
Oh, like a satanic ritual or something?
Yeah, like I don't get Satanism. I don't believe in magic or any of that dumb shit. I have been to so many bars and I have been to so many parties that I just want to see how these weirdos be at it. Does that make sense?
Just go on Craigslist and probably find one.
Right. So I'd be very privileged to find out that was in fact done there, because that's an interesting story.
I wonder if they have like rubber chicken versions of the foreskin that they use. Right, like
I mean, if I may, the rubber foreskin could probably be ordered at Olive Garden.
Yeah,
perhaps by
Calamari.
the dozen.
Oh, I'm so hungry. Think about Olive Garden. I've never even been there, but I just heard they got breadsticks and shit.
Mike, when they open again, we're gonna bring our whole families there,
I heard it's like
because when you're here, we're your family, so we can make it official.
Cousin.
So was this foreskin actually stolen? Well, the National Geographic documentary that I watched called The Quest of the Holy Foreskin, besides being one of the most awkward documentaries I have ever seen, the dude that leads this thing is so fucking weird. You can look it up on YouTube and watch it. It's about an hour long.
I'm doing it later. I'm
Yeah.
in. I'm already sold. Thank you.
He interviewed a bunch of the old folks in Calcutta, and the people believe that the foreskin was not stolen by Satanists, but in fact, it was either sold by Don Dario or the Vatican had taken it back and locked it up in their massive archive.
No one gets to see it.
I could buy both of those, and this isn't like a democracy or whatever, so sure. both of them. I would sell really any foreskin that I could find of value. Could be Jesus's.
Yeah.
Could be a guy named Derek I've never met before. It doesn't matter. If someone wants to buy it, I'm selling it.
So there's one guy, because they were very careful about who saw this thing. There was one guy who actually took a picture of the like weird jade thing that it was in. Like it was kept in this like weird, looked like a trophy, like a kid's like trophy.
And they didn't upgrade to a mason jar. Very
Right.
interesting.
But one of the people one of the townsfolk who had actually seen the foreskin through the glass, described it as a, quote, little booger.
the holy foreskin.
Wait, so it's called the Holy Prepuce. Sorry,
Yeah.
I just had to look it up.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
You did. Okay, I have. As you mentioned that, I mentioned
So
I've been
many
drinking.
beers. But so in this documentary, they said that it was taken back. One of the things they were concluding here was that the Vatican took it back because, as you see, there had been many breakthroughs in the 80s in DNA. And of course, the foreskin would have the DNA of Jesus. So if somebody got their hands on Jesus's dick, they could figure out all sorts of things about him, his skin type, his like height, his hair color. They could even clone him.
We
Oh.
should have Jesus with a sheep, because I think sheep are easy, right? That's why they call them Sheep Jesus on the house, right in front of your very eyes. Brought to you by science. Here you are. Your faith is now confirmed extra. Watch as this beast gurgles to death for the next 6 months in the Vatican Square. Hell, we'll even bring it to St. Mark's if it ever stops flooding. It's a traveling circus act of all kinds of holy reliquancies. Is that a word? It doesn't matter because you're going to buy it.
You
This
know,
cost
you know
$2
how
trillion.
you know how they made that one monkey glow in the dark because they like put the jellyfish genes in it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Do you think we got a glowing Jesus?
Yeah, I think
Did you see the peelable sheep?
peelable.
No.
Yeah, you don't like they're making sheep. You don't need to shear anymore. You kind of just like pull, like shark them. You just like fucking like magician table like cloth.
Oh,
the fleece
dude,
off of them.
No,
And it just comes
Perforated
off.
Dude,
wool.
The worst part about that is that I know that the intent of that is to help people who shave sheep to make
Yep.
wool and stuff, and those people are probably sickened by that. They're like, no, I didn't ask for that one. We sure as shit didn't ask for that. Who is that helping? We want to shear our sheep, god damn it. We don't want any of this fucking sorcery. This isn't craft singles, this is sweaters.
Well, I mean, maybe they could do that with Jesus, but just with his foreskin. He could just like peel it off, and it grows back another one. So
No, that's
Agnes
like,
could
it's
have her.
counterfeit.
that's
Yeah.
like when you're buying a bad gift for someone. That's what that reads like. You know when, like, all right. So Mike, you like skateboarding, right?
Yeah.
So let's say I had no idea what skateboarding was, and I went to Walmart and bought you a skateboard. That's what that is.
Oh.
Except I did it with genetic engineering.
I'd throw it out.
Yeah, exactly. You throw it out. It's a terrible idea.
So, Mike, you've been a little bit quiet. I know you're really bummed out that you can't see Jesus' foreskin on your next trip to Italy.
I know. I kind of want to see a Jesus hologram like they did Tupac.
That'd be cool. That would be pretty cool.
You see his foreskin through, like kind of.
What, a hologram foreskin?
Yeah, you can do like that. I go to that.
I'll
So,
take it.
I have good news for you, Mike. Cancel your trip to Italy and buy yourself a ticket to France because there's another legit foreskin!
What?
How many
Two
legit
skins.
foreskins can there be?
Well, I mean, there's about 16 foreskins, but this is the other
you
foreskin that has some credibility and a historical significance.
Oh,
if back in Bethlehem and Nazareth when Jesus was born, if they had Pringles, they would have called him that because you could have fit your whole forearm into his foreskin. It was long enough to divide into several regional-based foreskins.
Holy fuck.
Do you know why Jesus was popular with the ladies?
Big dick?
Because he was hung.
If you think Danny D is something to look
cross.
at, you have got to check out
On the cross. you get
Jesus
it?
Christ hanging on the cross. I mean, I think the reason that guy gave him the spear is because he was kicking himself up. He was keeping himself
Yeah.
supported. The guy had a monster.
that's cheating.
Yeah, they're like, get rid of some of his
Can't be
blood.
doing
He's
that.
keeping himself kicked upright.
So there,
This will take some of the blood out of your cock.
Mike.
I gotta draw that up. That's
Oh.
a great imagery. A great imagery. Yes, it's the best one.
Mike,
I'd like to see that.
So congratulations. There isn't another foreskin you can see
I'm
in
so
France.
happy right now. I can't
Now,
wait to see the skin.
I know.
Can't wait to see
You can tell.
Can't wait to see
Yeah.
that French foreskin.
He wants that skin.
The skin.
So you see, some people believe that when Charlemagne handed over the foreskin to Pope Leo in 800 AD, he did a little old switcheroo and had actually given some random ass foreskin. I don't know where he got it.
No,
but
you
just
can't say random foreskin.
Another foreskin to the Pope.
Piece of
And
ham.
that imposter foreskin was the one that was in Italy, the one that got stolen.
This is
Whoa.
ridiculous. I don't even want to finish this episode. I just want to talk about places we can put foreskins.
Charlemagne's like, fooled you, you idiot. I actually have the real foreskin. And so he rides back off to France after becoming the Holy Roman Emperor. And on his way, he stopped at the Abbey in Conches, France. And it was like, yo, you guys, watch this foreskin. This is yours now. Watch it.
Look at it. Give it eye. Don't talk.
And that
look.
is where the foreskin is today. This version of it is in Conches, France. If you go there, you can go to the reliquary and see the foreskin. Well, you can see a solid golden box.
Oh, you can't look inside?
Yeah, there's no glass on this one.
What the fuck?
The church said that it had done an inventory check in 1952 where the
It's
box
still
was
there.
opened and they confirmed that there is still a foreskin, but they will not open
good.
the box for you, so you're going to
Inventory.
have to just have faith that there's some Jesus flesh
Could you
in there.
could you imagine you're just taking the word? Two guys running through the warehouse of the Vatican, going up and down the aisles, going, all right, we got the shroud with Jesus on it, whatever it's called. Got that check. Okay, moving along. Okay, we got the a replica of the Holy Grail. Fantastic. Move along here. That's just fine. Oh, I got that dick in a jar. Yeah, we got this. Oh, okay, that's fine. Hey, what are you doing after work today? You want to go fucking molest kids with me?
Yes.
Okay, let's go molest
wow, look at
kids
that.
now. I think everything's here, right?
That foreskin really
let's
turned me on.
go.
Oh, hold on a second. I got to do something with my gum. Oh, we got that box. We're not open that for 100 years. That'll be a good joke.
Yeah, no one will know.
It turns out that Jesus was half zebra.
What?
Jesus, this is Bazooka Joe.
Big League Chew. Did you know that Jesus had a record-breaking career? I'm talking about 700 home runs over the big green wall in one night.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
Oh, that would be so good if they actually opened that box and like did DNA testing. It's like this is fucking
Hubba
this
bubba.
is Strident.
This is the worst gum.
This is Big Red. It's bright red, you idiot.
This is a dollar store knockoff of Big Red.
Sugar free.
That's how cheap we are. We're doing it well. Jesus, can you please forgive us? Travis, can you please continue?
What's that in your mouth, Mike? What are you chewing on?
no bad skin.
All right.
Wow.
Segue.
All right.
Remember who we were originally, our main subject, Miss Agnes Blannbekin?
Sure.
Right. So we were just all the way in the 80s. Now we're going to zoom back in our little magic school bus.
Merry Christmas.
In our magic bang bus
Oh, no.
to in our magic bang bus. We're going back to the 13th century here. And we're going to keep talking about our Jesus foreskin gobbler. So, as I mentioned, this source is just like all these random visions that Agnes had. There was no real chronology to it. It's not like our usual episodes where it's like, and he was born, and then he got married, and then he touched his penis in a weird way.
To be fair, we don't do a good job with anything on this show, so I don't know if anyone's familiar with it.
So I'm just kind of going to go over some of the stranger visions that Agnes had that I read throughout the book. Now, first off, to add to remember I mentioned there's like kind of the main school of thought was that she was this sexy nun, and then my school of thought is that she's a bloodborne hell monster. So to add it to the bloodborne hell monster thing was that Agnes was very into self-flagellation.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
That's beating yourself with a whip.
Oh,
To show God.
Whipping.
oh, like in Da Vinci Code, that fucking dude's like, I love Jesus. And he's like eating the shit out of him.
Was
Yeah,
that-
Mike.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's.
Or that
Yeah.
might have been Angels and Demons.
Oh, maybe
I
Angels
can't.
and Demons.
It doesn't matter. That you
Tom
got it.
Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Tom
giving him-
Hanks.
Yeah.
Dan Brown.
Him beating himself with a volleyball for 9 hours.
That's fucking hot.
That was great.
Yeah, so she would stay up all night flogging herself thousands of times, all while starving. The entire night, just whipping.
That's so weird.
All right. I know this is a long time ago, but I know everyone here has dated a girl or two from Brooklyn.
Oh,
It's not that far off.
Right?
It's
Well,
Those kind of sounds. It would just be an eating disorder nowadays. Not
well, it's an eating disorder, and it's just like I don't want to go down that wormhole of personal
a
lives, but
desperate
I will
call-
say that the average Brooklyn resident woman, not all of them, of course, because there's many lovely people out there.
no.
I will not. I don't besmirch anyone, but there are a certain type that date guys like us. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, there.
How dare they date things like us?
Yeah. Well,
So-
that's a red flag. Okay, they said yes.
Right. So this Brooklyn trust fund baby starving for attention and actual food. She was half mad and she'd go down to church to get that Jesus load. Now, I mentioned that she was probably hell annoying to be in church with because besides flicking her bean, tripping out, and screaming, she would often run up to the altar and kiss it, which was a huge no-no in the church. No one was supposed to be up to the altar except for the priest, especially a woman.
How old was she at this point?
She's
Like I said,
middle-aged
there's-
at 13.
Middle-aged.
yeah, she's she lives
guess
till
we
I
don't
think 70. So there's a big wide.
Agnes age.
Yeah, we don't really know exactly how old she is.
Gotcha.
She's just named Agnes, so just assume she's always like 57.
Okay.
Yeah,
Heavy
She-
smoker or something.
She came out
Yeah.
hot but full of wrinkles,
Oh, like
and there's
Benjamin Button.
no shaking her out. There's no Jiffy Pop that's gonna round her out.
Agnes also used to get very angry and belligerent if the preacher or priest joked at all during his sermon or to his congregation. There's no laughing because this is the time where she gets God's dick in her mouth.
Right. Did she ever call her Eucharist the money shot?
Just that priest, like, here you go.
Yeah, just like,
Shoots it in her mouth.
could you hand it to me stuttering a bit more? Perhaps on your tippy toes?
So you know how the priest washes their hands with holy water when they do communion, right? I haven't been to a church in a while, but don't they wash their hands?
No, they
don't
don't.
know.
I have a story about that, but it's not worth it at the moment.
I think you've told it, where
I
the
think
guy
I
was
have-
mic'd.
Yeah.
They mic'd in the bay, yeah.
Yeah, he was all right. So yeah, real quick, priest, packed church, St. Patrick's diocese. You can check that out. Oh my God, full church. Priest has to pee. He pees. He's laved up, so everyone hears him peeing in the echoey bathroom. And he did not wash his
Jesus
hands.
Christ.
My mom, I bring this up to my mom pretty much every time I see her. And she goes, well, they could have turned down the mics. And I go, Mom, it wasn't
church.
Christmas that day, but that was better than any Christmas gift. That was the best thing. And it was very funny to watch the people line up because there's a priest at the front, and then there's also a Eucharistic minister who will also help give the Eucharist out. You know, shove your writs in.
Yeah.
And man, there was a lot of people who chose to go with the Eucharistic minister that day. Down the main aisle. There's several aisles, but down the yes. So that guy, I think he's dead now. So let's continue.
Well, apparently, priests used to wash their hands in holy water. I don't know if they still do in certain situations. Before they did communion, Agnes would, after this dude like washes his hands in the holy water into like, you know, they don't just pour the holy water down a drain. It goes in like a bowl or something.
Yeah.
Agnes would run up to it and drink the water that the priest just washed his hands with.
That's hot.
My God.
Remember, this is duty times too. This is Call of
terrible.
Duty every day.
What is she? I mean, I only have like this kind of behavior. I only have porn stars for reference for. Like, what is this? Tory Lane running in there trying to get every last drop? What is going on here? This is like, who behaves like this?
They didn't have Xbox back then.
This is
Tory
alarming.
Lane, apparently.
What are you, Sarah J. trying to get every last dribble out of it? Trying to make everything work for the, like I said before, the money shot, very important. Can't mess
So,
that part up.
Agnes started to get visits from Jesus, Mary, and the whole gang.
The whole gang, like Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, are fucking splitting a sandwich in the back seat. You motherfucker. Like,
hey.
so,
Yeah.
What is she imagining being like in that Da Vinci photo of the Last Supper painting of the Last Supper? Does she just imagine herself being gangbanged in that?
It's before
oof.
that. Before that time.
Tom, jumping the gun right here.
Yeah.
Oh, holy
Now
man,
you pay
Tom!
attention, Tom. Go
Holy
on.
man, Tom.
Holy man, Tom.
Father, Son, and the Lexington Steel. Let's go.
So in her encounters with Jesus, things started to get more and more risque until naked Jesus started visiting her in the church and sometimes in her prayer chamber at this like nunnery place she was at. And Jesus probably like, yo, you the babe that's been licking my foreskin?
Just some dude with
What's up?
long hair, probably.
Yeah, just some homeless man who didn't even speak her language. It was just like,
She's
I'm gonna
tripping
dick
out.
this guy right now. Oh. Yeah, that smoker voice.
Jesus was not always the loving God that we usually see nowadays. In her visions, naked Jesus would sometimes be carrying an axe or a sword and told her that he was going to murder a bunch of Hungarians.
Wow.
Which yeah.
That's pretty extreme.
Axe or sword and is very anti-Hungarian.
Well, the Austrians at the time were at war with the Hungarians, so he's probably like, "Yo, check out this long ass sword, babe. I'm gonna go fucking hack some Hungarian heads off. Want sex?"
She's like having Jesus Viking wet dreams.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever have those, Mike?
Once.
that counts.
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
Imagine that meeting a guy who's, I am Jesus Christ.
Naked. All the way naked.
Yeah.
I saw you in here. You're looking at my foreskin. I was paying attention. Look, I love to do something with you, but I gotta go kill these Hungarians. So what do you say we just like hit up this Motel 8, and I'll rail you out, I'll pay for it and everything. Don't worry. Just
gentleman.
I'm gonna be gone when you wake up because I gotta go kill Garrett. Okay. You all right with that? You want to just hang out?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay, let's do it. I am Jesus. Woohoo!
So sometimes Jesus would appear naked, but he would look like one of the aliens in the "I'm Blue Abadi Abadai" song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he would just be a blue
There's
Jesus.
always a catch.
Hey, it's
I
me.
knew
I
it.
just shaved my body. I was thinking about you actually, because Hungarian girls are not very into blue guys. But I do what I want. Like I was looking at a plum. I was like, I kind of want to be more like that. This is what I look like now.
So, yeah, no, he wasn't trying out for the Blue Man Group. This was how she thought he would have looked on the cross right when he started to rot before they pulled him off of the cross.
Right.
Yeah, you turn blue when you're oxygen deprived.
Well, it's not because I haven't been breathing. It's because, working out so much.
I can tell.
Occasionally, when she was real lucky, she got to shotgun the blood out of Jesus' hands and feet holes.
Oh, stigmatas.
That sounds like
Yeah!
What could go wrong here?
Probably tastes good. It's like wine, right? It's getting fucked up.
Great point, Mike. This is what
Yeah.
the motherfucker's been teaching all this time.
Yeah.
If you got to shotgun someone's blood, it better be him.
Some of that sweet blood.
Oh,
Now, again, you might be thinking, Travis, again, you're just making this thing super sexual because you do that.
Yeah.
How can I trust you? That, right? I can't believe that she's actually thinks that she's like fucking Jesus and is going wrist deep in the church, right? Like,
Am I? I wasn't thinking that, but thanks for putting that in my mind. Also, how much of your body did you shave before this episode?
all of it.
I thought
I
so.
need to be smooth. I need to be smooth when I do this so the words can flow off my chest better.
I see eyelashes still.
No, I'm talking about body. I don't count his head. His head is always hairy.
So
shave your chest?
here is some proof that I'm not lying here. She mentions that she whoa. Oh, man. Jesus hit me. There we go. Hit me right there. Gave me a cock
Jesus
slap.
went.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she mentioned that her flesh was being tempted with the spirit of fornication.
Okay.
And occasionally she was visited by the devil. Now, the devil in her description sounds like he was straight out of Judas Priest, complete with tasseled leather armor, hooves, and a beak.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now,
Griffin devil.
okay. So this obviously is not to just to be an asshole or sound like anything, but now you got a Jesus who's like, oh, sup, blue, pretty ripped, got a sword. And then you got Rob Halford coming in there, and he's not really interested. He's just like,
Isn't he gay?
yeah, Rob Halford's gay. Like he's not interested in this woman. He's doing his own shit.
Right.
Like, why the and then Rob Halford came in and tried to look at me. He was probably asking if you are right. He was probably saying, hey, you look kind of starving. Can I get you food? Because I'm Rob Halford. I'm a millionaire gay dude who's not interested in anything sexually, but maybe everything with your well-being because I care.
Yeah. No, probably the devil was just like, oh, you look like you're hungry, and there I saw a man in your window that was like stroking himself.
Yeah, and I had to run away. I don't want anything to do with this.
So, yeah, she would see the devil, and she was tempted with the spirit of fornication. Also, one of the priests at her church died. And the following day, the priest appeared to her naked, surrounded by a bunch of naked virgins. How Muslim of him.
Naked.
God damn it. Yes, we get it. The kids are virgins. Leave them alone.
They should be.
Yeah.
You sick fuck.
Catholic Church, please grow up.
All right.
So she watched this priest play happy and enjoying the afterlife of safe, non-hellfire sex with these virgins.
Ooh.
Because now he's dead. He can bang all the virgins he wants. He's,
Well,
Travis, you said very Muslim of him, right? Like,
Well, it's
is
the
that
whole-
the goal? Is that I don't know. Roman Catholicism just guilts you into being empty. It doesn't keep you loaded with these, like, all right, when you die, you're going to Vegas, and all the shit's on us because you gave us money, you ate the cracker. That's not what they do. It's just like big gut. So when you're in the ground, you don't disturb nobody.
Yeah, but here we go. She's like, oh yeah, when you die, you're gonna get fucked with virgins.
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing Muslims
sounds like
got
a
on
to-do
us.
list.
That sounds pretty nice.
Sounds like so much of a to-do list. It's just like how many of them, and they're all virgins. All of them have no experience, is what you're telling me. That's what you're coming back with.
Yeah, I
bunch
want
of no experience having virgins.
Well, I don't want to go to heaven if I can't have sex with a bunch of whores.
How about a bunch sex with the 35-year-old gothy mommy types?
You can be whatever you want.
Sounds
probably.
great.
Goth moms. Shout out to goth moms.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shout out to getting black lipstick on your child.
No, don't.
When Agnes got horny, she, or her spirit of fornication, she would flog herself until she bled.
Oh my god.
So, yeah.
But she's always horny, so it's just like when she's extra horny, you know?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's worse.
How does she not look like bacon at this point?
Yeah,
Right?
jeez.
She also didn't change her clothes. She didn't believe in material goods. Like very
Smelled
Brooklyn
it.
of her. Like I don't believe in material goods.
believe in material goods. I'll take a pack of American Spoons.
Oh, is that my problem? I don't live in Brooklyn.
Yeah. If she would have done very well there.
So at one point, Agnes believed that she had not really become the Virgin Mary, but was experiencing the Virgin Mary,
In
like going through the
VR.
motions.
Oh, that's the best Warner Brothers ride. Experiencing the Virgin Mary. Do you remember that? It was right next to Twister and fucking Epcot.
Yeah, in 4D, just like the alien ride, and Mary comes up behind you, breathes, and licks your ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you give birth to a god. Everyone gets their own son of God. Imagine that. Just shitting. Oh, you got your own son of God. Now, if you want to keep it, that'll be $25 because it's part of the ride. It's got a picture of you.
Here's
Good. This
here's
is
you
gonna
and the
look
Son of
good.
God going down the ramp. The
I
special ramp.
love Universal. I went to Orlando last year before this whole COVID thing happened, and the whole place is a theme park. I swear to God, I was amazed with Orlando. I'm willing to move there at some point. I would go there because I want to be entertained. You walk outside of your hotel, it's not Disney, it's not Universal. There's a man on a bicycle. It's upside down. He's riding. He's juggling. $5. He'll do that with
Tom,
you
I
all
love
day.
how much of a Disney boy you became after you took that trip.
Amuse me once, shame on me.
Right?
Amuse me twice, take my life. Take me to hell.
Take my money.
Have it.
I still don't like Star Wars, but all of a sudden Disney Springs seems like a fun place to go drinking.
Dude, that's the angle. You're
So,
a good PR man. You're a good
As-
spokesperson, Tom.
as far as we know it, this naked Jesus was not real. But he could have just been a real dude posing as Jesus, which we've talked about. But, I mean, we kind of believe that Agnes was a virgin, but at some point she believed that she was pregnant with the next son of God.
Whoa.
What
Don't
was
we
her
all?
name? What was the name? Who did we roast? That
Oh,
Travis, you did the research. I'm
I
totally
know. Elizabeth something.
Fuck. That was a
Scott.
really funny episode. I'm
Yeah,
totally blanking on
I
that
can't
person.
remember the name of it.
See, this
The
is
English lady.
this is the difference between us and other podcasts is that we have a life and we live it and we forget things that we say. We're not like these other podcasts who know everything about what they've been saying.
Because they read off Wikipedia.
Well, it's very important. I bought a book about it, and I'm actually, I'm pretty funny.
So she thought that she was pregnant and had some weird Discovery Channel thing where she could see inside of her body, and described how a baby was created from a piece of your heart falling through your stomach into your uterus.
You can't disprove
doesn't
that
work like
today.
that.
Me and Cody, obviously. Zwick, if you compare our two sentiments on that, that would make a lot of sense. I'll take hard right, please.
Yeah. So yeah. she believed that she was pregnant, but she didn't really show any signs of it. And the way the book read, like, again, this is like weird, crazy readings from a mad woman. It kind of seemed like this pregnant experience happened all in like one time-altering trip. Like, you know, when you get like really high or something, and you're like,
tachyons are involved. Great.
yeah. She did have an interesting take on periods, as she described them as cursed blood and would dispose of them in fire.
Ew.
Thank God.
Ew, the smell. The smell, though. The sizzle, the farty, gulpy sizzle of period blood hitting the back of the chimney.
It's pretty bad.
And then it gurgles a little bit because it's thickened blood, like it's a little.
Well, you know, she scooped it out, too. This is before the cup and before, like, tampons and all that shit.
Ew.
Yeah, like a dog. She was like a dog in one of those, like, those Kong peanut butter toys where they just don't know it's not actually in there anymore. They keep scooping. And she doesn't know that her body still has to generate some more and it's got to go through a process.
She like bench presses with her feet like a cinder block and then just lets it roll off the tip of her toes and hits her in the stomach and it squirts like a quart of blood into the back of the
blood.
Chimney. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Continue, Travis. I'm sorry.
And of course, Agnes had a special view of heaven. Or actually, 3 heavens, as was shown to her.
That's cheating.
It's like a little, like, 3-level house.
Right. Do you think that has something to do? Well, hold on. Why don't you tell Zwick? Can you cut that out just for seamlessness? I have a question for Travis, but I want him to explain these. So, hence the cutting out.
I didn't really explain the 3 heavens, but what's your question?
Well, then leave everything in. Because I'm thinking, let's date back to early in the episode where there was 3 rungs of nundom and monkdom and all that shit.
Oh, monkdom.
Now you have the bottom level heaven. That's for all the people who did it. The next one up, that's for the women who did it with money. Next one up, that's men who are putting their dicks through the ceiling. They did it.
So, yeah, there is a hierarchy that I'm going to go into, but
you just said there was no hierarchy.
No, but there was 3 distinct. There was 3 distinct heavens with their own hierarchies. This is like some weird, crazy doctrine.
Zwick,
right?
leave it in. I'm gonna let Travis talk.
This is like some weird, crazy doctrine. It's really confusing to read. There's like a whole section where Jesus is like, I forgot what it was. He was like a blacksmith, a merchant, and like a banker or something, and he was giving shit out to people. It's really confusing.
Trades.
Okay,
really
great.
confusing.
Love it.
Yeah, and those were like the 3 heavens. But she did make it clear what happened with this whole hierarchy and what happens to sinners. What if you're a sinner? This is what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
So if you were a sinner, like a Jew or a sick person,
or Joe Biden,
or a sick person like a leopard. Like a leper,
like fuck those leopards,
like a leper, or if you were blind, or if you had any terrible disease or birth defect, you were a sinner.
That's ridiculous, and I'll tell you why. Because
why?
Why was it?
No, it's not ridiculous. On second thought, fuck them. I'm dyslexic. I'm a sinner.
I'll take a non-ridiculous answer.
Well, no. I mean, the issue here is that my gut reaction went with reason. Okay? So I don't want to slow down this hilarious show we have with thoughts. I'd rather it be insane ramblings. So, Travis, please continue.
So, in heaven, the Jews were burnt black, like, in quotes, Ethiopians, and they were also blinded. So we got racism and anti-Semitism going on right here. Real hard.
Wow.
Also, for the time, like, I'm simply not woke enough to be angry by that. But what I will say is that it is neatly packaged.
Well, don't worry, because the people that claim themselves as woke, which we're going to go into, are very much into this woman. But we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Oh, because she sucked the dick of a trans man.
But anyway, so if you were a heretic or diseased, like say you were born blind or, you got leprosy.
Or you
were
enjoy Slipknot.
Yeah, you were skinned alive and were forever running to and fro, bleeding everywhere. That's
Easter egg
lovely,
hunts.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
They really did that shit back then?
Well, no, this is
No,
what
this is
she
in her
thought.
heaven.
Oh.
In heaven. So when you die, you wake up, and then goddamn Pinhead is going, I want to suck your dick off of your body.
This heaven isn't a like thing, though.
Yeah. And he's got like the pins and it's just like, oh god, this
I
is
don't like
good.
this heaven.
Be really
Yeah, what's
bad.
interesting too is that she doesn't call this as hell. This is like heaven.
What
This
is
like
her hell?
Tears, right?
It's a
I
low-tier
know.
heaven.
Oh, her hell is probably like the living day. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. She lives in hell now. That's a good theory
So like
here. Well,
a
maybe
step up would be like, oh yeah, it's kind of got its shit together because I'm in hell now.
This would I mean, I hate to break some news to you, Cody, and you might not subscribe to this, but that totally blows a huge hole in the theory of YOLO, which I know people really take to heart these days.
I live by it.
Are you breaking it down? All right, Travis, tell us more, please.
So speaking of Jewish people, Agnes believed this, and she wasn't alone in this belief, which I'm kind of shocked by because it's so stupid. But she said that, or this belief was that when Jesus was born, all of the Jews perished at once in fire and sulfur. Like when Jesus popped out of the vagina.
What do you mean? They all like took a trip to like the nearest fire and sulfur outlet house and just dove in at the same time? Or they like Thanos snapped, poofed
Yeah,
into
they
fire
poofed.
and brimstone?
He was
Like-
killed by Jews, though.
yeah.
Well, okay, yeah, right. So here's the thing: is like it's all right. What? First of
So
all,
they're all
Jesus,
new Jews?
No, Jesus was Jewish.
Neo-Jews?
Well, he was
Je-
Jewish, and
Jesus was Jewish. He got
Yeah.
circumcised. We went into that.
Yeah.
Second of all, if all of the Jews died, then why are there still Jewish people in our time?
If all the Jewish people died, I don't know if we'd ever talk about Hitler.
Right.
Like,
Who?
wasn't that
Ava
his
Braun's
shtick?
boyfriend?
Get me? Yeah, Ava Braun's boyfriend. He would be just a blip in history.
An artist,
probably a pretty good artist. Let's give him that. But he was a terrible man, and he was only terrible because of the Jews.
Not
Well,
the art school.
Okay, so Agnes actually would pray. Part of her routine was she'd pray over and over again that this would happen again. That all of a sudden one day all these sodomites and Jews would poof.
As a non-practicing Jew, I still think, and when I say no, I was raised Catholic. Just for anyone who's listening, but I got the whole Jewish side of the family. Mike, you know that.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about the dark side of my family because we meet up in a cabinet and we talk about how we're going to control banks. So
Shit.
this is what we do. I know you're not familiar with that because
you
you're
would
on
never
the
tell
you're
me.
on the good side of my family. This is why I'm a perfect
always
podcast
eating
person
skin.
because you get both perspectives. You understand? No, but in all seriousness, they're still here and haven't gone nowhere. Probably not going to poof away anywhere.
No, they're poof proof.
I would say annoying at best. It's not it's not so bad. They're like every other ethnic group. They're just people. Somewhat annoying, but overall not so bad.
All people are annoying. But anyway,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone's annoying.
All
I have
people are
yet to
annoying.
meet a person
Some-
who isn't annoying. In fact, I'm more annoying than most
I
people.
think all you guys are annoying.
I'm annoying, right? Am I not
You guys-
fucking
yeah,
annoying?
you guys are all
I'm sure
annoying.
that everyone who listens to the
Yeah,
show
yeah.
goes, "Oh,
Tom.
Cody is fun."
You're
and he's-
annoying, but you're not selling Cutco knives.
That's true. Actually, my girlfriend Gabriella, she sold Cutco knives for 2 weeks. You know what they gave her? $40.
You got a free knife, though?
Not a single knife. We had another family friend come by. Guess what? Not even Jewish, selling Cutco knives over here at my house. You know what she did? She made $40 from us. Not even from them. I can't believe it. We told her to go away.
okay.
What was that?
So,
Okay.
all right.
I'm sorry.
No, I want your. Now let's weigh in, right? That whole question I put at the top. So, do you think this self-flagellation, the woman that's against materialism, wear clothes, the same clothes every day, raving mad trips, constant masturbation without cleaning, talked about watching sinners being skinned alive?
What is he talking about with this cleaning thing?
All right.
I don't know. You ever jerk off and just like be like, "Pfft,
Yeah, but I don't think she's jerked off ever. She
It's
may
fine.
have
Cody, you
jilled
did-
off.
this is bad. Jilled off, squirted all over herself. You know, you gotta
Wipe
clean a
down.
little bit sometimes.
Get a little
Someone
wipe
needs to
down going.
freshen up.
Well, I mean, it's easy because women don't come, so it's very easy.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Very easy to clean up because it's just putting your pants away.
Yeah, Cody. Cody, you can't mop up a sigh.
Yeah.
So, all right, with all those things I listed, do you think that this is some nympho nun figure or a
No.
fucking nightmare on Elm Street
This
woman?
is fucking ham witch. She's part
Hamwich?
yeah, she's part like hog and part like witch. Just different ghastly ungulate brood that is shit of horror tales.
Yeah, what do you think she looks like, Mike?
Like a dried up piece of skin.
Yeah, it's too optimistic. She is not the Brazzers hot nun.
Yeah,
she can't be.
Well, she starves
right?
herself every day and just
That's
beats
a
the
construct.
shit out of herself. She's probably ugly as shit.
Well, I'm
She looked
going
hot in that photo though.
I'm
they
going to
showed
change your
before.
guys' mind right now. You got to be into this. Check this out. So what I'm thinking is that she looks exactly like Elizabeth Hurley.
Those fucking-
Okay.
Wait, right around like, what is it, Bedazzled or what's
Around
that one?
Bedazzled, very hot lady, one of the
I know
hottest
who is
actresses
that?
in Hollywood.
I know where that is.
She was in with what
I-
Brendan Fraser.
What I was saying is that this lady, Agnes, looks like this woman, but her boobs have the texture of Freddy Krueger's skin.
Wait, that's totally Elizabeth Hurley.
That's really her, man. There's
That's really
obviously
her.
No Photoshop.
Spread
there.
Eagle.
There's-
Spread Eagle.
She's amazing actress because of her hotness, not because of her chops. You know, chops are something that men need to.
Well,
get.
the accent helps too.
Yeah, it's amazing what you do.
I wonder what she's up to nowadays.
She's probably having sex with herself, as I
Probably.
would do if I looked like that.
Yeah, I'd be looking
So
at
anyway,
this-
I have a bunch of post-mortem, but ask me the question.
Cody, do it.
How did this lady die?
So Agnes tells her confessor that she suffers from loads of ailments. Bad legs, digestion problems, crazy migraines. What you'd get if you starved and beat yourself to death.
Right. Yeah, bad legs.
Why do I feel so bad?
Mike, you have
Oh,
the worst
your-
legs in the show.
That's what this
Your
doctor
meniscus
told me, but
is fucked.
I don't believe him.
Well, your doctor said you had the knees of a 50-year-old, correct?
He was a walking clinic doctor, though.
Right.
I mean, he's still a doctor, though.
He's still a doctor. I mean, I had a walking
Uh-huh.
clinic doctor said that I don't even have legs, that I have golden pillars.
I don't even think
See,
he
I-
looked at my leg. I think he just wanted to get me the fuck out.
Yeah, he's like, you're young, you're
So I
stupid.
got another
get
fucking
out
20,000
outta here.
people to fucking see. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. I got
So,
golf
so I'm
to
thinking
play.
she might, maybe she had some like Jesus rug burn from being on all fours or something. But anyway, surprisingly, she died in 1315 at roughly
Oh.
the age of 70.
That's hot.
Oh.
69. Fucking.
That is a long, yeah, probably 69. You're right, Mike.
I think
That's
you're
the
wrong on
official
that
age. 69.
Nice.
Called it. Historian right here. But that's a long time for
Oh.
someone that just fucking destroys themselves.
She'd be really rich today. She'd definitely have an OnlyFans and fucking dudes be eating that shit up.
She'd forget
Yeah, the
about
f-
God and go,
Yeah.
well, money is much cooler.
Well, it'd
God
probably be the
invented money.
first Vatican-approved OnlyFans.
I don't know about that. There's been several already. You have to look into them.
On the dark web.
They're all just young boys playing video games. It's not sexual.
Huh.
Trust
It's
me.
called Twitch.
Really tight t-shirts on.
Shut up.
Twitch subsidizes, or Vatican subsidizes Twitch.
Just boys doing jumping jacks.
Andy B, let me know how you feel about that.
Yeah.
Being used.
Yeah. Well, Andy B, can I get some Pope money?
Yeah.
I'm too old.
I'm too old for your Twitch games. I have
So-
too much knowledge and burnt skin.
So a lot of people call Agnes Blannbekin Saint Agnes Blannbekin or the Venerable Agnes Blannbekin, but she has never been beatified or canonized in the Roman Catholic Church.
All right. The first sane thing I've ever heard them do.
Well, right. I mean, she checks
Not
all of the boxes for crazy saint shit,
That's
right?
saint?
You have to like see
that's case.
like a vision. We've talked
Oh,
about this
no.
before, right?
Is that
Yeah.
sin?
No, we've talked about the whole canonizing and stuff, and I think we've covered. How many saints have we covered?
I feel like we've done a lot on our countdowns.
Enough.
Yeah, the countdowns
Yeah.
get a lot. Saint Kevin, the otter saint. Yeah, he is the best.
And you did the one about the poltergeist guy,
oh
exorcist.
yeah,
Oh, Father Amor?
Father Amor.
Yeah, was
I don't
he
know
a
if was
saint?
saint.
Oh, no,
I don't
he's
know
not
if he
a
was a
saint.
saint, but Mother Teresa definitely ascended to that rank.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Agnes checks all the boxes you need for saint shit, except she just hasn't been approved for the sainthood. Could it be because she's a woman?
No, because we have
Okay.
lots of women saints. We have
That
Joan
is
of Arc
true.
from the 1500s, right?
That is true.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because she
So-
didn't do anything. She just jilled off to wood.
Right. So, while she is a very rare and fast. What are you guys laughing at?
They're doing a thing.
No. All right, hold on. Just
They're
for
like-
listeners at home,
They're
Mike
like
has been
holding
laughing
each other's penises or
because
something.
I saved a picture that I wanted to send as Agnes here that we're talking about, totally in context. And Mike saw my pictures, which are private, and he was laughing at all the Johnny Sins PNG
Yeah,
with the
right.
alphas in it
Oh,
that
okay.
I have created to perhaps insert myself or him into certain situations.
I'm actually crying over here. Holy shit.
So while Agnes is a rare and fascinating look into medieval womanhood, because it's not that often that we see a woman being described from really anything in the Middle Ages. I think it's pretty obvious that this woman was the outlier of what a woman was like because she was completely out of her mind. But don't tell that to 1990s third wave feminists. And here's where the neckbeard thing becomes, you're going to call me a neckbeard because I'm going to go after fucking feminists.
No feminist listens to the
Well-
show, and no bro listens to the show either. We're fine. We're in the clear.
So these third wave feminists of the 90s claimed that Saint Agnes was a sex positive personality, and her sexuality was the classic story of a woman repressing herself. Which, I mean, there's some degree of I'm sure she was repressed, but like the woman's insane.
She's out of her mind. She's no hero to anyone. I mean, if you really want someone to stand up to that, ask them to go have sex with raw sewage in the street like their patron saint of fucking a lot. And you'll see
Whoa.
maybe some minds changed.
Right. And also, she is far from the model example of how a woman should behave. I mean, we've talked about her.
Hey, wait, firstly, for all you slight feminists out there, how a person should behave. How a person should behave. This is not sexism. Although
Right.
women should
I don't mean-
get it together. Stop bothering me.
I didn't mean it that way. I meant, this person's insane. And thankfully, there were adults in the room in the 2000s and currently. And recently, historians and other modern feminists have been like, dude, you realize that this person wants to kill all Jews, thought black people, like your skin color, was evil, actively persecuted homosexuals, lepers, blind people. Blind people! They can't see anything!
They
Like, like,
Blind people, they can't see anything.
look
Like-
blind people are they're forced to be terrible people to get what they want. Okay,
Right.
So leave them alone.
right, well, I get the whole thing of like, yeah, fucking must have sucked to been a woman back then. I don't think that you should be like giving this crazy woman sainthood and calling her the model example of
Oh.
She's
what
very
you should do.
devoted,
What
I'd
did
say.
she accomplish? I believe that to be canonized, you have to have 2 miracles under your belt. She jerked off in a pew. she
Miracles. How
She
do they
beat
work?
herself. There's no miracles involved with this woman. This is obviously like, and also, feminists, do you really want approval from the church? Is that really the end goal here? Is this
Yeah, right.
Are you going to make your own saints now? Are you going to model your version of the church after this version of the church? No, forget about it. It's the past. Grow up.
Yeah. This was like a whole movement of female Christian mystics that I'm sure we will return to. There is an actual saint called Saint Catherine that I think we'll talk about in the future. But That is Agnes Blannbekin and the story of Jesus's foreskin. And with that, I wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
That
Oh
was
my
beautiful,
god.
Travis. Thank you.
So much coal in our stockings for this episode.
Yep.
I'm turned on.
You know,
I know.
I gotta say, I listened back to an episode recently. I don't remember which one because they're terrible. But
Right.
what I did get out of it is at the end of it, I apologized for going off on someone. I said something. I guess I was rude. So I'm not gonna do
Rude.
that. If I ever
It's
apologize
Christmas.
again, you send me a nasty letter and I'll kill myself.
Or just do this. Just like at this Christmas Eve, just get all the apologizing you're gonna do for the next year out of the way right now.
Yeah. Well, no, Cody. I'm not
take the next
apologizing. I'm not a
seconds.
controversial figure.
No, just
I
put it up
don't
front.
view myself as this. Listening back, I'm like, why do I apologize? I am pretty run of the mill here. I think a lot of people don't give a fuck about me. So with that, I don't see the reason of apologizing. Does that make sense?
Stop apologizing.
Well, that's what I'm saying now. Mike,
Now you're
I get drunk.
apologizing.
No, I'm not apologizing. I haven't said sorry to you particularly ever. But
I'm
it's
just looking
fun.
for.
It's a Christmas gift I'm giving myself, guys. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't get
Merry
anything
Christmas,
today for
everyone.
Christmas.
You
Yeah.
don't deserve anything. You've been so bad.
Merry Christmas, and instead of doing New Year's resolutions, now New Year's Day is the day of the circumcision. So why don't you just
Chop my dick
cut some tips off or something?
Yeah.
Give yourself a
fried
tip and cut it
calamari,
off.
you know, spice
Yeah.
things up a
You
little
gotta,
bit.
and then you hang it from the ceilings, and then when you meet somebody underneath it, you both have to dock.
Yeah.
Wow. I like that, dude.
I like that.
sounds
Yeah,
like
that's
my
good.
kind of Christmas.
Missile dock. Actually, it works very well phonetically. Missile dock, and it does because penises look like missiles. I think so. I actually haven't seen my penis in years, but I
don't think I have.
believe.
You're so tall.
Yeah, I'm so tall.
So tall.
When
Such
I
a
look
tall
down,
boy.
I just can't look at my penis. Thanks for listening. This is our Christmas gift to you. Is doing what we've been doing every week. Every week's a gift. Every week is Christmas. Celebrate it like you need it. Celebrate it like celebrate your life. Forget us.
Yeah.
We're just here to make it a little better.
Living
You
it now.
Please don't. Please. I don't know what I'm talking about. Mike, how about you do a nice Bing Crosby style sign out
Who
on
the fuck
this?
is Ben Crosby?
Okay.
We had an episode.
Have you done Christmas before?
I'm high. I'm fucking on.
He's
Everyone have a good night.
He's on legal CBD. roastmortemcast.com. Oh, no, roastmortemcast.com. Excuse me. Patreon.com
Oh, no.
/roastmortemcast. Travis Dunn made a shirt. He did it.
It's
I
a
need
good shirt.
foreskin transplant.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
so we-
dogs.
got
Wear it
merch.
with your butt out. If you take a picture with your butt
Oh,
out,
no.
I'll give you
I didn't get any of this
$3.
merch. You guys never get
As
any of
long
this
as you're
No.
over 18, Travis
get any
will do
merch?
that.
Mike,
What?
you get nothing for Christmas.
Mike, I'm not giving you
Nothing.
any merch, dog.
I
You
get
buy
nothing.
your own
I
merch.
get no
You're gonna
stickers.
use it, and you're gonna turn the shirts into bongs for your little
What do you
illegal
mean?
CBD
You trying to say
train.
something?
Or sex dolls.
I was gonna.
Yep, that's words, and that's the end of our
Thank you,
show.
Shane. That's it.
No.
Thank you, Shane.
Good night.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh my god. What?